Today in our self-portrait drawing, we're going to focus on a few things. I know yesterday we worked on beginning to get the shape of our hair and to find the proper placement. Today I'd like you to continue working on your hair. Let me remind you of a few things. Remember to look in the mirror and notice the shape of what's left of your forehead. Perhaps your hair cuts across your forehead like mine, and so you have this triangular shape left over. Or maybe you see more of just an oval because your hair is pulled back. Or maybe you see almost a square shape. I want you to really notice that shape in your head and see what you notice and try to draw what is left. Also remember to make the pencil strokes in the direction of your hair, keeping in mind value, keeping in mind the texture of your hair. So if you notice light areas or darker areas, you can try to add those in. When I look at my hair in the mirror, I notice a little shadow as a piece of hair comes across this way. I can try to add that to help make my hair look more accurate to how it looks in real life. When I have my hair down, all of it can be seen underneath here, and the area that's behind my jaw is very dark. So when I think about those values, I want to make sure that I accurately depict those. The color of my skin is a much lighter value than my hair that comes from behind the back of my head. The hair that comes from back here would be in a much darker shadow. You're going to need to spend a lot of time on your hair today, really trying to get that as accurate as possible. Remember again that where you first drew your skull, your hair goes above that. Some much more than others, but it still does go above it. So really take your time today to add as much as you can to your hair. Another thing I'd like you to look at today is the shape of your head and the shadowing on your face. The details like that can really help to make your picture look much more like you than just like any old person. What I'd like you to do when you look in the mirror is start to notice the shape as you go down and look at your chin. Maybe you notice, for example, that you have a little bit of shadowing in here. You can gently add that and blend it in with your finger. Maybe, for example, you notice shadowing in here. You can again gently add that and blend it in. Now obviously I'm older than you guys, so I would have different wrinkles and different shadow than you would, being that you're only in 6th grade. For example, I can see some shadowing in here. Notice how I hold my pencil back far and I just gently sketch that in as I look in the mirror. I can look at the other side and I notice more shadowing here. And I blend that in with my finger. Be careful as you're blending not to blend your finger into areas that you had wanted to remain very light. I'm just continuing to notice different shadows on my face and blending those in as I go. Another place that you will see shadows is the side of your face. So if you take your pencil and very lightly add some shadow here and blend that towards your face, that will help give your face a more rounded appearance. Instead of being a flat surface, it will help it be more rounded. Let me show you again on this side. I don't want it to appear like hair. I'm just lightly sketching that in and blending it. Again, with thinking about values, obviously I'm not done drawing my hair, but my hair is very dark. So for as much as I did add that shadow to my face there, I really want to make sure that my hair is quite dark when I'm finished with this project compared to my skin. I also notice, and you can see this in the mirror for yourself, there's a little mark just below your lip. You may notice a little mark there that marks your chin. And if you haven't already added that little divot here, it's just a real light little scribble of pale gray, and you can blend that up and down. You can also start to notice some slight shadows around the nose. That helps you to see the tip of your nose, the edges or sides of your nose. And all of these things can really help to make your picture look more realistic. You might also see a bit of shadow under your cheek here. Don't just add all the same things that I add. What I really want you to do today is to look. Really look in the mirror and look at your paper and see what are some things you could add or erase to take away to make it look more and more like you. So as I start to add these different shadows, it looks more so like my cheeks are coming out and this goes in. You can see that this dips in, and those different values help to really give it more of a three-dimensional appearance. If your hair goes across your face, it might actually cast a bit of a shadow here. So I want to be careful to make this look like shadow and not like hair. And again, when I do work more on my hair, I'm going to make sure that my hair is in fact quite dark and through here. And I'll continue to work on that. Okay, so really take a careful look at the shape of your face. Are there different curves to it? And take a careful look today at the shadowing on your face. Work really lightly. It's easier to take away, it's easier to add more and more value slowly than to take away a dark mark. Also work on your hair and do your best to add to your drawing today.